XRP and the company Ripple going to shock everyone. I truly believe that. Now, I could be putting myself out there by saying that, but I feel that this will age very, very well. You have to think about something for just a moment. If you look back in history at the companies that were sued by the SEC, they are now the largest companies in the world. Not only the largest companies in the world, but those who held the line, dime in hand, didn't listen to the FUD, became some of the richest people in the world. So in today's video, I'm going to break down a little bit more facts, figures, numbers, logic. It's like the media just keeps coming out or the news keeps coming out. And so we're going to share that. And then I'm going to show you what decentralized finance is and centralized finance is. I think that's important because you're going to hear a lot about decentralized and centralized. And I know most people watching this know what that is, but a lot of people don't, right? There's a lot of new people to my channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Tomorrow's video you're going to want to pay attention to because the very thing I've been warning you guys about, the very thing I've been warning you about is the bond market. If you understand M2 money supply, interest rates, and the bond market, you're going to do pretty good as an investor. You got to be very careful the next 24 months. It is going to be bumpy. You got to make very strategic decisions. And that's why I make sure that I pull profits. And that's why I make sure that I insure my money because we're heading into some times that we've never experienced before. Let's dive right into this. On the back end of every video, I share with you exactly what I'm doing. All right. So the first thing is this came out from Good Morning Crypto. Ab's the greatest host in human history. They are live every single day, bringing you the greatest news. So he said, breaking, Coinbase classifies XRP as a cryptocurrency designed to be money or a store of value. U.S. crypto clarity coming soon. So this came out right here on Coinbase. A lot of things going on right now that are really giving us a signal of where we're coming. Now, let me back up just a moment. Think about that. Every company that's been sued by the SEC became not every company, but some of the largest companies in the world. Everybody got flooded out of those investments and they became some of the biggest companies in the world. Not only did Ripple get sued by the SEC, interesting, right? When America's going into a liquidity crisis and XRP has a liquidity solve, they sued them for 4 years. Most cases are about 12 to 24 months. In egregious cases, not an egregious case. And it went for 4 years. Okay. So this is the narrative I want to share with you guys about decentralized finance. And you're going to see a lot of this. The private and public sector are coming together. And yes, it's going to look very different if Trump gets elected or Kamala Harris gets elected. It's going to be a very different feel. It's going to be a very different look. It's going to be a very different way to navigate these markets. But cryptocurrency is still here to stay. The banking system, AI, cannot operate without cryptocurrency, without blockchain. It's just going to look very different. One is going to be more super centralized. One is going to work to bring the public and private sector together. But remember, who is actually running the system? The biggest banks in the world. Okay. So we got to understand, pull yourself to a 30,000 foot overview. Just watch what the big money's doing. Just watch BlackRock, Vanguard. What are they doing? They're going to a flight to quality, Bitcoin. Right? You think about that for just a moment. People say, oh, Bitcoin's going to say, why would BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, go all in on Bitcoin? They have to know something. So I digress. Ripple co-founder leads 10 million raise for decentralized clearing. Chris Larson contributed to Yellow Network, aims to tackle liquidity. Write down the word liquidity and understand what the markets are in right now, which is a liquidity crisis. We have a damned up money system. There's too much debt in the system. There's more debt than there is income. And the bond market's inverted about 27 months ago. They're re-inverting right now, and they're lowering interest rates and turning the printing machine back on. At some point, the bubble has to pop. We need money to move. We need it to be liquid. We need it to be fluid. The money's getting dammed up and getting stuck in these areas. So we're robbing Peter to pay Paul back and forth. So write down liquidity and decentralization. So this may be elementary for some people watching this, but I think it's important for us to continue to understand what decentralization is. So Donald Trump is now a DeFi enthusiast. Here's why it matters. Trump's new DeFi project may fail. This is coming from CoinDesk. It says may fail, as many do, but its launch is coming in the midst of a presidential campaign. Is further proof that crypto has entered the mainstream, says Graham Moore, head of tokenization polymesh association. So he's saying it may fail, but it does show us that we are heading to a new banking system. Okay. Now, banks aren't going to, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, all these big banks, Bank of America, you don't think they're not going to get in the game? They're already getting in the game. They're getting prepared. The model is changing. Okay. They know we're going to the ability to be decentralized. So they're going to figure out a way to get involved in this. I guarantee you Ripple will become a bank. And I guarantee you that Kraken will become a bank. I guarantee you that Coinbase will become a bank. It's just about getting yourself out of this emotional wave and taking the middle ground and understand what is actually happening here. So I want to show you guys this really quickly. So this is what decentralized, because I had somebody ask me, so I'm just going to assume that people don't know, right? So this is the difference between traditional finance and decentralized finance. Okay, I got this off coinmooner.com. Okay, traditional finance, it requires a trusted, centralized intermediary, batch clearing and settlement. That's key. Higher fees and costly infrastructure. Blockchain protocol, decentralized finance, no intermediary required. There's no middleman. Faster processing and management, lower fees and reduced infrastructure costs. So basically, think about, does Ripple or XRP solve which problem? It takes a traditional finance and it flips it on its head, and it allows for no intermediary to be required, money to move at the speed of light, making money more liquid and faster processing and management, which actually helps the banks because they don't have the nostro and vostro and the double spend problem. Then we got lower fees and reduce infrastructure costs. Reduce infrastructure costs, guys. It makes it more efficient for banks to run. It's going to be moving trillions of dollars through the system, and they're still going to make a ton of money, guys. If they can move money faster, they'll make even more money. So whoever is more efficient, whoever has the best customer service, the best marketing, they're all going to be about wanting to run your transactions through the system. Okay, so I'll leave you guys with this, and I highly, highly recommend that you make sure you hit the notification button. Watch my video tomorrow, because I'm going to show you something, guys, that you have to pay attention to. You need to understand the bond market, because even if Trump wins, and I've said this, even if Trump wins, they're going to attack the financial system. Okay, now you can navigate this properly by understanding why BlackRock, why these big asset managers are now flooding into cryptocurrency, why they're flooding into gold, why they're flooding into real estate. They've been preparing for this. You guys have heard about how BlackRock and all these companies are buying up real estate. Well, they know what's coming. Okay, something has to change. The fiat system is broken. We have to go to an asset-backed currency. We have to shrink the national debt. Okay, the bond market is debt. Everything in the system is debt. The bond market is broken. So we're walking this delicate tightrope. So watch my video tomorrow. So we're gonna play the video by sorry, I lost my train of thought. Breaking this is from Abs as well. Ripple CLO Stuart Aldry. When this liquidity cloud is lifted and we get some policy clarity in the US, we will then be the most trusted source for enterprise support. They're talking about Ripple, a crypto solution in the US. A new era is coming for crypto in the United States, and Ripple XRP has positioned themselves to be the pillar of the industry. And I completely agree with that. They beat the SEC. They're one of the most well-run companies. They have a real board of directors. They have a real world solve. They have a shitload of money. They don't even need to IPO, right? If they IPO, they're going to be massive, massive company. They got a $120 million fine, drop in a hat, no big deal. But what do you think is going to happen when regulation comes smashing down on all these other crypto companies? Do you think they have that deep of pockets where they can reach in and grab 128 million? Watch what happens with a lot of these meme coins and these influencer coins and all this stuff that happens that all these people are promoting, guys. It's going to be hell to pay. That's why we've never, ever, ever accepted money from a cryptocurrency company, ever. I was like, I know what's coming. I understand how these markets work. I came from banking. I understand how regulation works. You got to be very, very careful, guys. Read the book Intelligent Investor. Okay, I'll leave you with this.
Hopefully, when this regulatory cloud is lifted and we get some policy clarity in the US, we will then be the most trusted source for enterprise support for crypto solutions in the US.
I agree. I agree 100%. And if I was a betting man, I'm betting on this horse. I really, really am. And so what I believe is going to happen, you're going to have the top three left. Okay. It's not I'm telling you what to invest in. I'm saying Bitcoin, we already know it's a commodity. We already know the asset managers are going into it. I think it was created because they knew what was happening with the monetary system. just my opinion. XRP, Ripple, the company, is going to be a huge part of the financial system and liquidity, helping with the liquidity crisis. And you're going to have Ethereum, which is deep in the banking system through consensus. Those are going to be the top three, just like the auto boom, just like the .com boom. Then you have many others that I'm invested in through infrastructure. If you watch that, I've been doing educations. Down below, you'll see a playlist. I started an education section as well, so we can go deeper for those who want to understand how my brain works a little bit deeper versus just the news. For example, I have infrastructure tokens, I have payment tokens, I have supply chain management tokens, I have gaming tokens that I believe are going to be here, right? I don't have a bunch of cryptocurrencies anymore. I'm not buying all these cryptos. I'm very strategic. I'm very blocked in. Okay. So that's what I do. I invest in what I believe is going to be here. I've been accumulating from 2022, well, all the way from 2020 to 2024. But from 2020 to 2022, as it went up, I exited on the way up. Okay. Boom, boom. I didn't hit all my exit targets. I pulled down. I moved it into tier one capital. Now, this is the big run for me. Okay. 2024. We're coming into the bull run on the back end of this year. We're literally months away, like 50 days away on the back end. I'm going to start pulling profits from 2024 through 2025 as it goes up and hits my exit targets. I'm holding 50% of my alternative coins forever. I'm holding 100% of my Bitcoin. I'm never touching it. I will borrow against the asset in the future when the market normalizes. I'm not borrowing during the bull market. I exit 50% if it hits my exit targets. So I hit targets on the way up. I pull it down the risk pyramid. Okay, on the bottom of the risk pyramid, you have bonds. I don't trust bonds. I'm sorry, I just don't. It's backed by the government. You can trust bonds if you want to, but we're in a liquidity crisis. We have a bond market problem. I'm not going to, it's just not what I'm going to do. So then you have bank accounts, right? Bank accounts, the FDIC. I use bank accounts to transact my money. Okay, we don't keep a lot of money in our bank account. We take excess capital. We either put it into crypto or I put it into my insurance policies. I have money going into my insurance policies, and I'm going to max fund my policies in the bull run. Okay. Once those are max fund, we're going to the middle of the risk pyramid and we're going to start stacking real estate. Okay. The reason why I'm going to stack real estate is because I need tax liabilities. My income has changed quite a bit from 2020 to 2024. It's changed a lot. And I am now learning the tax game. I need more tax liability. So I'm looking for a long term, because right about in the middle of the risk pyramid, okay, crypto's at the top. It's super high risk, super volatile. Real estate's right about in the middle of the risk pyramid. Okay. It has, you got the actual value of the house. Usually houses in the general go up, but they are a little bit volatile. They go up and down. But if you stay in the long term, you have long-term equity plays, you have retirement plays on it, and then you have the tax liabilities. So that's my next step for me, is I need more tax liabilities. I keep ending up with big tax bills, right? I'm learning the game. On top of that, it's already set up as I have what's called the Rockefeller waterfall system. So I have it set up as a dynasty trust. And so basically my family will be taken care of for the next 1,000 years. So all this information and education I'm going to be learning for the next 40 years where I'm here on earth is I'm going to be passing that down into my dynasty trust, and that will pass down for the next 1,000 years from generation to generation. So that's exactly what I do. It's no secret. I mean, this stuff is stuff I've just learned by reading and studying and watching, and that works for me. I don't know what will work for you, but you do need a plan. You have to have a plan, guys. Like, you can't just rely on cryptocurrency. That's silly to do that. If you think cryptocurrency is going to be your retirement, and if you think that cryptocurrency is your savior, you're going to lose, guys. I'm just telling you, you're going to lose. There's not one wealthy person that I have met that is like, oh, it's just crypto. That they're diversified inside of asset classes, outside of asset classes. They all have different models in the way that they do things. I'm just very open and honest on what I'm doing. And it's worked for me, right? It's worked for me very well. So we do get hundreds of questions every single day on how I ensure my wealth. Now, what I created is what's called a needs assessment, okay? Because it's about you. What do you and your family need for your future, okay? It's about understanding your needs. Where are you at currently? What do you want for your retirement strategy? What are you looking at? What type of goals do you have? So what we created is called a needs assessment, okay? If you click the description of this video, you fill out the needs assessment, fill it out as detailed as possible. It's a free consultation. You don't send my people any money. It's absolutely free consultation. We do not invest people's money in crypto. We do not have a trading platform. None of that stuff. So be careful with scammers. That is not us messaging you, okay? My team will text you, call you, email you, and then they'll talk to you. You'll never send them money. It's a free consultation, okay? Because we just get tons of messages about how I insure my wealth. So we want you to fill out a needs assessment and figure out what your needs are, because it's not about what I do. It's about what's right for you. So fill out the needs assessment in the description of this video, or if you go to the social media platform and you click the link, you'll see a needs assessment there as well. And then also I have an education academy if you'd like to join and be around like-minded individuals. It's a community of like-minded people just like you, so you don't feel alone and you don't feel lost. And we'd love to have you part of our community. I love you guys. I'll see you on the inside. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.